Now let's turn our attention to Turkiye. Thousands of people are protesting there over the arrest of Ekrem Imamoglu, the mayor of Istanbul and the main rival of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Imamoglu was arrested on Wednesday morning in a pre-dawn raid. And this sparked off a political storm. Thousands of people took to the streets protesting against the arrest. We'll see a lot of young people among the protesters. They are the ones leading the charge, defying a nationwide ban on public gatherings. They were marching through the streets, chanting slogans and warning people that their rights are being taken away. Many of the protesters are party agnostic. Some don't even support Imamoglu personally, but they're fighting against what they see as Erdogan's authoritarianism.
His help to students is known by many. Let's say we forget all that, and we don't like Imamoglu. I don't like Imamoglu very much, but I am here against this injustice. My friends are here too. Our friends from all parties and views are here right now. We came here to defend the law, not Imamoglu.
And it's not just young people hitting the streets. There are plenty of older Turks as well, people who remember past instances of authoritarian rule in Turkiye. They too have a message for Erdogan.
I am 69 years old and have 3 children. I want my 3 children to live in a beautiful country, work in a beautiful Turkey, because this government must now understand that with fear you cannot prevent the inevitable.
This public anger was sparked by the arrest of Ekrem Imamoglu, the mayor of Istanbul. Turkish authorities say that Imamoglu was corrupt and that he also aided terrorists. But the people protesting do not buy this. They think it's a ploy orchestrated by President Erdogan. The protesters think that he wants his main rival out of the way before he makes another bid for Turkiye's presidency. You see, Imamoglu was supposed to declare his presidential candidacy this weekend. He was going to throw his hat in the ring and challenge Erdogan head-on. According to some polls, Imamoglu was becoming more popular than Erdogan. Turkiye's opposition thinks that he is their best bet, their best shot at ousting Erdogan and ending his more than 2-decade-long reign. Imamoglu also has a history of thwarting Erdogan. Starting from way back in 2019, that is the year when Imamoglu became the mayor of Istanbul twice. First, he won the election in April 2019. And what did Erdogan do? He annulled that election. He called for a fresh one a few months later, and Imamoglu won that second election as well, forcing Erdogan and his party to concede. So Imamoglu served out his first term in full. Then in 2024, a third election was held, and he won again. This is despite a slew of legal challenges against him. He was sentenced to prison in 2022 for calling some people fools. Yes, for that, for calling people fools. But he filed an appeal, and that case is still on. If Imamoglu loses this case in court, he could be barred from politics, which would be very convenient for Erdogan. In fact, the president had another stroke of luck earlier this week. It came from Imamoglu's university. They decided to cancel his diploma 31 years after it was issued, apparently because of a technicality. This could bar Imamoglu from standing for president because that is a prerequisite to contest. You must be a university graduate. Again, how convenient for Erdogan. Then on Wednesday, the most convenient things of all happened. Imamoglu gets arrested for corruption and for helping terrorists. It seems Erdogan just keeps finding ways to get lucky, so you can understand why people are angry. But the Turkish president has dismissed all of this. He's dismissed the thousands of people on the streets. Instead, he says the opposition party is engaging in theatrics.
I am saying it again from here. The CHP's internal issues are not the concern of the country and the people, but of a handful of ambitious people at its own headquarters. Us personally, as a party or alliance, have no time to waste on the opposition's theatrics.
Erdogan has his supporters. Some people believe that Imamoglu should be investigated. Others think that the whole presidency debate is premature because elections are scheduled for 2028, which is 3 years from now. And technically, Erdogan cannot even run because there's a term limit. A Turkish president can hold office for only 2 terms. That sounds like a solid argument until you remember that Erdogan has been in power for 22 years. He was first prime minister, then he amended Turkiye's constitution to become an all-powerful president, and then he reset his term limits. Why do you think he won't do it again? His party is already talking about it. Erdogan has remained in power for 22 years. He shows no signs of stepping aside. And he's willing to rewrite the rules to stay in control. That is why the Turkish people are angry. They've seen this play out for over 2 decades and they know exactly what Erdogan is up to. Do you think that Ukraine is at its weakest position?
This war is not about Ukraine.
Do you believe that your president was insulted? Yes or no question. Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Diplomacy will work?
Yes.
Do you think Russia will give up the territory if there is no ceasefire? Do you propose to keep fighting?
We are ready to resist.
Do you think there will be peace?
Many countries gave us 3 days.
President Trump said you don't have any cards.
We do not have another choice.
How do you keep fighting?
You are asking me once again the same question.
Because you've not answered my question.
We have enough capacities to keep fighting.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister Lakshman.
Good afternoon.
Making headlines in India well before you landed here.
New Delhi has raised concerns in the recent past vis-a-vis the Khalistani separatists that operate in New Zealand. How do you propose to address these concerns?
In our democracy, we believe in the freedom of speech.
Organizations like the Al-Qaeda or ISIS were to hold a referendum in New Zealand, something related to one of your Western partners. Would you say the same?
We have very well-defined laws in our democracy.
No specific conversation on Khalistan on this visit.
It was raised with me. I also raised back our position.
Are you willing to be open to these concerns from New Delhi?
As I keep coming back to you to say, we have strong laws in our system.